I ride bike. Robbie jogs.
Yeah. How is this different than ordinary?
Well, I'd already be at school.
Okay.
And it's Tuesday, I would have had jazz band at 7.
I wouldn't be doing this if I was doing track right now.
And what are your thoughts and feelings about this whole new way of life?
I just wish it was over and things could get back to normal.
Two new cases in Southern California, closing all New York City public schools. Cases soars above 3,000.
40 other states that are urging people to stay home.
More than 130,000 confirmed cases.
Today, Governor Tim Walz extended Minnesota's stay-at-home order until May 18th.
Good morning.
Morning.
Foods that I used to fry with fats and oils and make them healthier.
I mean, there's some good things. I get more time to go outside. I get more time to sleep. But it's just different. I'm pretty sad most of the time.
Well, most of the time.
Well, I want to see my friends again. I understand that's like best for us, and that if we were at school, then it would be spreading more.
That was a good idea to release my tadpoles into their natural habitat. How'd you like watching them grow into frogs? Pretty neat, huh?
Everything's working pretty hard to make this as like school as possible, but I like to see the students. So,
From watching your kids learn from home, how do you see the quality of their education?
well, the pace at which they're learning is slower.
But a bunch of my stuff isn't going to take long at all.
And they'll probably have to do a little bit of review when they get back in the fall. Because it's hard to teach a lot of new concepts this way.
I mean, sometimes they have, like my math teacher, she has videos of herself and she's teaching us that way, but we're still not learning much.
There aren't as many teaching moments. There's still some. I think teachers are doing a pretty good job of coping as best they can. I can't speak for other school districts, but I can speak for mine.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of my friends that don't like do anything.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, they might be busy or I don't know, but I just can never see them.
Well, this is my new office right here. I actually moved 2 bird feeders out there. So I have my music here, and so I have assignments that I give to students on a weekly basis. Then they send me a recording of what they've been doing, and I can watch those.
Do students take advantage of office hours, or do they just are you finding that a lot of them are just kind of checking out? Because it's like, what are we even doing this for?
I don't think they're checking out. There are some barriers with technology. They have to be able to record on their own at home and send these to me. If they don't have reliable internet, or if they don't have a phone, they can also I set up a Google Voice account where they can just call it in. What the school did is they got out Chromebooks, and then they also set up some partnerships with some area businesses too, and they were able to develop hotspots, internet hotspots in certain places. I really feel for the rural. I couldn't imagine being out in greater Minnesota and trying to make this work. It would be even more challenging.
Trying to find positive things about everything. Of course, one of the big positives being we're able to spend more family time together.
Has there been any kind of family just friction or anything because you're inside together all the time?
I'd say the kids are fighting a little bit more than what they normally do.
How about you and Jerald?
Actually, it's nicer because we see each other more. Because usually it's just one of us that's home all the time. Now it's both of us home all the time. So that's nice. I like that.
Like, are you seeing new sides of each other?
My biggest takeaway is that I've been really impressed with how well she's handling distance learning, because I'd have a hard time juggling the 3 kids plus teaching.
Obviously, I'm not working my 2 jobs, and so yeah, I'm basically the teacher. Robbie? Oh. Just checking to see where you were.
So in a way, does every day feel like a weekend because you're eating breakfast together?
Yes, and that's not bad because personally, my favorite times of the day are us eating together.
Hey kids, there's 2 big blue jays out here.
Oh,
Are the birds
you're
feeding?
gonna get that.
One on the ground and one up on the tree. Oh.
That's your tree. I love it. So I just went to my school's page and I'll have everything I have to do for the week. I'm gonna have my science and writing after I do my attendance question.
What's the question?
If you could be anywhere else today, where would you be? My teacher said I would be hiking in the Bighorn Mountains of Wyoming.
What are you gonna put?
I have no idea. I just wrote I would be, and I'll just finish that when I think of it.
Today you are beginning to work on your Holocaust investigative research project, which isn't due until next Monday.
I'm not really motivated about this stuff because, I don't know, I just feel like it's not as important as some things. Not that I don't like this subject, but I don't know.
Because of the situation.
Yeah. And it's hard to get help because you can't really, they can't be there, like, walk you through the problem. I always try to figure out the problem, if I can.
Do you think a lot of students are just learning a lot less because they're not able to get the answers they need?
Yeah.
So Christopher does all of his work on a tablet?
Yes. There's some work that he does on a tablet, and then some things that we're able to do with paper and pencil, or paper and crayon, or whatever. That's really good, Christopher.
So, do you find yourself bored throughout the day?
Yeah, sometimes. I usually find something to do, though.
Do you find yourself doing things you wouldn't ordinarily be able to do? Because
Yeah,
you have more time now?
Yeah, I go outside a lot more. Yeah, I usually ride my bike around.
Usually the kids are pretty much done with their schoolwork by lunch. After lunch, for sure everyone goes outside and does something.
We have to pick a species, and we have to, like, tell what adaptations it has to, like, escape from predators and stuff like that.
And what animal did you choose?
A Sicilian. It's an amphibian. Like a frog or a salamander.
Say it before I do.
E.
E.
Marielle, Ben, Isabella, Maddie, David.
I'm lucky to be able to watch Jerald working every day. I get to actually see how he interacts with students in a classroom.
Okay, let's go ahead and get this thing, get this started. Okay, I want to make sure you can all see this. Can someone just unmute and tell me if you can see it? Can you see this?
I can see.
Okay, great. So here are the major scales.
I'm writing my story in this. This is just my rough draft.
Is it hard to get your work done with the other noise in the house and the other people here?
I'm used to it. My fairy tale is, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I think it's Androclus and the lion, and I changed it to instead of a lion, now it's a chicken.
So you're done with your work now?
Yeah.
Is that normal?
Uh-huh.
Where you get done that early?
Mm-hmm.
You were working on science, right?
Yeah, I was.
What about literature and math and reading and, I don't know, other topics?
Yeah, I got those done.
Well, now what? It's still mid-morning.
I don't know. I might go on a bed crowd. I don't know yet.
Well, what are your thoughts on this? Is it frustrating? Like, we're not getting enough done, or we're going to fall behind, or... I mean, do you have any concerns, or are you, like, happy? Like, oh my gosh, I got the whole day like a Saturday.
Well, I like getting stuff done really quickly like this, but then it gets boring too, so I kind of just go outside and do what I want, I guess. Like there's a pond over here where I catch turtles sometimes.
Did you tell him that you were done at 10?
Yeah.
Like it took 1 hour for him to get done?
Now, how do you feel about that?
Sometimes I'm frustrated because he's really bored.
Too bored.
However, I think he's a smart kid, and so I think it would probably take him less. He's always finished his homework very quickly. He rarely has homework when he comes home from school because he just finishes his work at school. I guess I wish he would have more work.
Well, do you see this as an opportunity for him now to be able to spread his wings in the areas that he loves? Because now he has extra time to study what he's passionate about?
He does have extra time. He has extra time to ride his bike. And since him being on the mountain biking team at school, he's able to ride his bike more, and that's great.
So now that you're done demonstrating for the students, it'll be up to them to, then they'll take your lead and they'll be practicing at home now?
Yep, that's right.
And then what, will they report back to you with their own recordings of how they're doing?
Yes, and they have been doing that all along. They do have the option to go on a Google Meets like this, and I've had kids play for me. I've even fixed a couple of instruments that way.
Live
they
video.
told me, yeah, I said that my bell was sticky, and I'd watch and okay, we'll try this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the platform, it's as good as we could do.
Okay, so I just finished my science and writing, and I'll take my next thing on my list and put it on the doing section. Are you reading?
Yeah, reading. I know.
All right, Chris, let's see what you got.
Okay.
You want to tell Brandon what you're doing?
So this is like leather books. I'm on level E right now. Bear and Kangaroo.
So he's supposed to be reading one book every day at his level.
I could see this being more beneficial because now he gets one-on-one help. As before, it was just one teacher with 20, 25 kids.
That is true.
Christopher, do you like this more, being home working on this, or would you rather be in school working on this?
Well, I kind of rather be home working on this. I am the best, said Kangaroo.
Oh, okay, yep.
Where you headed?
I'm going on a break. I don't know where I'm going. back in an hour, Mom.
We're like 45 minutes late.
Okay.
Okay, so in math, I made this little number line. I have my 0, and I wrote these numbers. My 0.25, 0.48, 0.5, 3/4. I have 0.76 and 0.80. Right here is my whole.
Well, guys, do you miss school lunches, or are you happier to have home cooking?
All depends on school lunch.
Well, school more because we can have the food I want, like peanut butter and jelly mostly though. My second favorite food.
Your second favorite food?
I bet you don't get venison at school though, do you?
Venison? What is venison again?
What's venison?
Medicine.
No, not medicine. Venison. Venison. Deer.
Oh, no, I do.
Yep.
I do not.
Because we have deer at home, right?
Excuse me.
Did you get that? At least you said excuse me.
Okay. In the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen.
You may not pass.
That's good.
You may not
The
pass.
only thing I don't like about it is that the board can't throw it back to me.
You're supposed to read a book.
Yeah, we read a book.
What's yours?
It's a field guide to reptiles and amphibians.
Wow, so you read that for fun?
Yeah. I have this one on Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. This one's snakes. Well, I want to do it as a career at some point. Have you ever thought about having like a reptile zoo? Or like being able to go out into the field, like keep track and like learn more about reptiles and amphibians?
I am gonna die, everyone. Okay, you guys?
Go for it. Go get him, Otter. Woohoo! I freed a pygmy marmoset. Only one more left. Let's find it.
See if I can find a snake. I never find anything over here.
Snakes are hard to find.
Not if you know where to look, though. Let's go.
Okay.
Alright, let's start looking. One was right there. Spooked it up. Okay. Spooked it. Careful. So the reason we don't see a lot of like snakes and frogs and lizards over here are because the two main water sources is this culvert and there's a culvert over there and brings in bad water. And it all comes right here and you see there's trash around here. Another reason why I know that is that there are a bunch of leeches in here where they actually attach to the turtles. And I'll take up pliers to take off the leeches to help the turtles, but there's only a little bit that I can do. It stinks.
What would you like to do more?
Move all the turtles out of here. Do something to stop from noticing the water sources and clean the place up. So, yeah.
Yeah, you can show her that. Go ahead.
And my plant is growing even more now.
Holy bucket!
Here, let's try this. Can
That
you see
is
it?
unbelievable. I love it.
There it is.
I cannot believe how much that grew.
I went fishing this week.
You did?
Mhm.
And did you go fishing from the shore or from a boat?
Boat.
It'll look a lot nicer and it will help a lot of the ecosystem.
How do you respond to this statement? You wouldn't be doing this if you were in school.
Yeah, because I have more time now. And so I'm taking advantage of the time that's given to me and using it to help out. I usually volunteer at a library, but since that's closed, so.
And what's in store for them now, for the kids now between now and
For these guys,
dinner? Yeah.
they can go outside if they want to. Go find a friend. Or they can hang out in the house too for a while if they want. It's fine.
I want to go outside.
So this is kind of now starting to feel like a normal school day. We're at around 4:30.
Post school, although they would have after school activities. If we were in school right now, he would have track. Veronica would have softball. She's got her board out there. Veronica can work on her pitching. Robbie runs before school. That's the trouble with this thing. This thing attacked so many of the things that make life worth living. The activities, the extras, the enjoyment, the entertainment. Those are the things that are deleted or postponed. You can still eat. A good percentage can still do their job in some capacity, but it's all the other things. My job, so much of what we do isn't during the school day, it's after the school day.
Yeah, you teach students to play, and you never get to play. For concerts or marching band performances or pep band.
It's a team sport, and right now it's hard to be a team.
Lily. So obvious. Alright, let's go.
It just made it later down the stairs.
Bye, Dad.
Bye.
It's hard to tell what day it is. I'll tell you that. Because of that.
It seems like it's taken a lot of the color out of life.
Yeah.
A lot of the pizzazz and
It's a gray life. Sounds depressing. Gray world.
Is that an exaggeration?
Yeah. I know it'll end, but it's just a matter of when.
Dinner?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm fancy.
I probably gained some weight because of this. Because I don't move around as much. I like to, I get a fair amount of steps in at school. And I stand up all day long.